Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. We'll be beginning the presentation at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 10 a.m. Pacific.
Hello, everybody.
Trisha, we'll just give them, sorry to interrupt you. We'll just give them a couple of minutes and then for the audience to come in, and then we'll start the presentation.
Okay, just let me know. I apologize.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll let you know. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Construction Specifiers Demo Cast on Integrated Security Solutions by Amico Security. My name is Nitya, and I'll be moderating today's presentation. Before I introduce the speaker, please note your mics are muted. It would be best if you turn on the speaker view. That said, if you have any questions for our speakers, feel free to post them in the Q&A forum. We will address as many questions as possible at the end of the presentation. If you have any connectivity or Zoom-related issues, you can use the chat feature to communicate with us, and we'll do our best to help you. Today's presentation is being recorded. It will be available on the Construction Specifiers website, so you can access it whenever you need to. Now, I'd like to introduce our speakers. Trisha Hunt is Architectural Specifications Rep at Amico Security. She's joined by her colleague and Engineering Manager, Brian Milliken. In today's presentation, Trisha and Brian will provide an overview of Amico Security's integrated solutions. With that, I'll turn things over to Trisha.
Hi, everyone. My name is Trisha Hunt, and in one of these thumbnails that you see here is my coworker, Brian Milliken. Since Brian has been with Amico for years and has that been there, done that experience level, I've asked him to be part of this demo cast to offer a perspective of Amico product out in the field and also be available to answer some questions at the end. This demo cast will be a combination of PowerPoints with some pre-recorded clips and a live Q&A session at the end. So here we go. Right at first, I would like to address internet connectivity. This will vary for all of us, so I wanted to point out here in the beginning that I will be waiting a few seconds after each video in attempt to accommodate for any lag time. I also want to apologize for any clarity issues that you may experience. For instance, I'm looking at Brian's thumbnail here, and he looks a bit blurry. His smile actually looks like this. Yeah, that's better right there. Okay, so moving on to perimeter security. I have put a fence around this project and no one needs to be able to get through it. It needs to be secure. I don't want chainlink. I don't want to diminish my property value. I want this to look great. But what else is there? I hear this comment and am asked to help with this every single day. Today's demo cast will show you Amico's solutions to this issue. By the way, I'd like to point out that Amico is a subsidiary of Gibraltar Industries, which is a multinational company specializing in renewable energy and conservation businesses, solar panel and solar wrap companies, residential building products, and infrastructure and industrial segments. These manufacture all sorts of steel products, focusing on anything from barriers, security, and aesthetics, or any combination of these. Our key focus today is solving the dilemma I mentioned in the beginning. I don't want chain link. I want this to look good and enhance my property value. This slide shows chain link. As these pictures show, where security is concerned, chain link is predominantly a visual barrier. It's easily cut through or climbed by people, even if it's topped by razor wire or barbed wire, and that is in a 30 seconds or less, by the way. It is also easily climbed by all sorts of animals, as these pictures show. So specifying chain link to secure a perimeter against animals, intruders, or situations of growing homeless populations is not going to provide an effective solution. Protection and security combined with aesthetics has moved to the forefront in design. Brian and I are going to show you 3 of Amico's security products today: Amiguard, Chameleon, and ANC Non-Conductive. We offer many other perimeter barrier solutions as well. However, for this particular demo cast, we're going to focus on solving the chain link alternative dilemma. So first, we're going to look at the Amiguard perimeter system. This will be your #1 solution for a beautiful anti-cut, anti-climb chain link alternative. Amiguard is a very innovative, unitized security system platform, which Brian will now show you.
So I'm standing here in front of our Amiguard 7100 fence. What we have here is a unitized curtain wall effect, the way the system is constructed. We have our post, which connects to our cover plate. The cover plate connects to our mesh, and we have all different types of meshes that we can use here. We're just demonstrating one of our more popular ones. That mesh is connected using diamond fasteners to our infinorail. The infinorail is exactly what it means. The infinorail goes through the post and extends the entire length of your perimeter, only being stopped at terminal posts. All of this, again, ties together to make a diamond tough perimeter protection.
Thank you, Brian. The Amiguard system is the security and aesthetic solution to chain link. The far right picture you see here provides a great view of the Amiguard system. It's a beautiful fence with a clean, crisp line, and aesthetically, the look adds to the property value. Overall, nicer and safer than chain link. Also shown here are the Amiguard security system components. There are only a few, which is what makes this system so cost effective. From the Amiguard post shown at the top to the continuous infinorail, this system greatly reduces installation time, therefore cost. The corrugated C-shaped design of the infinorail allows it to be used covertly, incorporating additional security elements such as power or lights or maybe intrusion detection systems. This feature also enhances the aesthetics of the system. The finished plates provide beauty as well as additional security as a protection against pry points. So chain link does not offer that. This results in a very nice, seamless look. And a minute ago, we just touched on the speed of installing Amiguard, And this is a quick look at that process. First, you install the post, then slide the continuous infinity rail into place. And then next, you attach the infill mesh that you've chosen. And then you secure and hide the mesh edges at the post with a finish plate. Amiguard's speed of installation is very cost effective. So shown here are some samples of standard mesh infills. At the top, there are some welded wire infill options. The middle one is a very popular chain link replacement these days. Also shown are a variety of expanded metal mesh infills. These provide solution for many security goals. And here is a look at the welded wire infill meshes we just looked at. These are installed, and hopefully these can give you a better perspective. The top left is the popular chain link replacement I showed you on the previous slide. And these are Amico's Apex meshes, which are differentiated from the standard meshes I've shown you, generally by a much larger diamond shape and opening size. These are very architectural and have been creatively used in many designs, as shown here. So whether it's looks, levels of security, or visibility, one of Amico's infill options is going to offer a solution to whatever your design requires. Next, we're going to look at Chameleon. Chameleon is the answer to upgrading existing chain link fence with a more aesthetically pleasing, secure, anti-cut, anti-climb mesh. Chameleon is a retrofit solution. You will use the installed existing chain link framework, remove the chain link fabric, and replace it with one of the meshes using Amico's specially designed Amiclamp to attach it. The components used to install Chameleon are shown here. There aren't very many. You have the infinity rail, the mesh, and the Amiclamp. It's economical and saves time, as well as site disturbance. It's designed to be a retrofit product. However, we have seen it installed as all new. Generally, it's used on posts that are 2.5 inches or larger. Now, Brian is going to show us a bit more about Chameleon.
The next product we want to talk about today is our Chameleon system. It was named Chameleon because it blends into your background. It takes existing fencing that you have. You can remove no security chain link fence, get it off, put on the variety of meshes that we've already talked about, and it's applied using the exact same infinity rail that we talked about in our Amiguard solution, using brackets that fit around any kind of round post. So again, it's easy to take the old off, put the new on, and you have a much higher security system when you're finished.
Thanks again, Brian. And finally, we will look at Amico's non-conductive fence system. It's called ANC. ANC is the answer for a perimeter that requires a non-conductive solution, such as a substation. Or it is also used in areas as a non-corrosive solution, such as a saltwater or chemical type environment. ANC can be less expensive than the overall installed cost of grounded chain link fence, thus providing a significant savings. A two-man crew can install it, and it provides an M5 security rating in compliance with the ASTM standards. Brian, show us ANC.
So another fence type is our Amico Non-Conductive, or what we call our ANC fence. It's non-conductive in that it does not conduct electricity. It's also non-corrosive, so it can be installed in a myriad of locations where your posts would normally rot or corrode in some way. Again, the essence of this fence is if you're in a highly electrical situation and you don't want your metal fence to get charged, use Amico ANC.
And I wanted to show you a perspective on ANC. This is the TriMet Rail System Hollywood Rail Station. So the picture on the left is taken near a highly energized area. Notice the roof of the building beyond the ANC fence near the top of the picture. And on the far right side or the far side of the ANC fence. The picture then on the right is a distance shot of the same area. So you can easily see that building and the surroundings. So aesthetically, the ANC blends very well. And then some resources available to you are shown on this slide. I can get all of these links to you via email if you let me know. And know that I'm available to provide a product or an AIA HSW continuing education presentation that will earn you 1 AIA point towards your license. So I have given you multiple solutions today to chainlink alternative. And that is all for this portion of the demo cast. And now we will go to the Q&A. And please don't hesitate to contact me anytime. And now our moderator will take back over control.
Thank you, Tricia. We now have some time for questions. So if you have any, please post them in the Q&A section, and I'll ask our speakers to address them. Tricia, the first question is, what is the advantage of choosing expanded metal mesh or welded wire fence panels over chain link?
Tricia, I'll take this one. I mean, chain link essentially offers you zero protection, where expanded metal is an increased protection opportunity. There are ASTM guidelines for intrusions, cutting methods. We've done testing ourselves. Chain link was able to be cut through in 30 seconds or less, where it usually takes, for expanded metal, it takes several minutes and high-powered tools to get through it. So again, the expanded metal offers you substantial increases in security over chain link.
Thank you. The next question is, can the frame be extended for horizontal use?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, every solution has to be specifically engineered, and we offer, you know, design engineering throughout our entire process. And, you know, we can go up as high as we need to, calculating wind loads as well as foundations that may be required. So we can, you know, we have one-piece solutions that are as tall as 12 feet if we need to, and we've created fences that are, you know, greater than 20 feet. So pretty much vertical is not an issue, and we can make sure that happens for you.
Thank you, Brian. The next question is, can you elaborate on how grounding is accomplished with ANC?
Again, the great thing about ANC is that you don't have to ground it. Grounding, because it's a non-conductive product, the posts and all material are an engineered composite material that does not conduct electricity. Therefore, the entire surface or the entire perimeter of the site can go without grounding at all, which saves a substantial amount of money for the user at that location.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is, my firm was awarded a project with ASTM security requirements for the fence products. Are you familiar with those? And is there someone that would help me with the correct product specification for this project?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we deal with ASTM on a daily basis, especially, you know, some of the more challenging ones that people deal with are going to be your F2656 and your F2781. That deals with crash barriers, so people actually running into your fences. So if those are the most complicated, and we're well versed in those, the other ones that deal with fencing, you know, primarily your F1043, and there's several other ones dealing with specific types of infill panels. We're very familiar with all those and can help you through any situation you need a solution for.
Thank you, Brian. And the next question is, what meshes do you offer?
Well, as we kind of showed a little bit on the slide presentation, Amico Security is an expanded metal manufacturer, so we have a wide variety of options there to offer you. So expanded metals, from very small diamonds all the way up to very large ones, from very heavy to very light, depending on what your security needs are. We also offer perforated metals as part of Gibraltar, the larger organization that Tricia said earlier. We have underneath our roof also a perforated metal manufacturer. Welded wire, so that's a very popular alternative, tends to be a little lower cost alternative to chainlink, which we can use for our Amiguard and our Chameleon systems. And then we also have our highly architectural, and you saw a few pictures of those where we've done some projects that needed to have a little better aesthetics, but still maintain a level of security. And that's our Apex line of meshes, which can be done in a myriad of materials too, if you need them. And of course, our non-conductive fence is a little different structure, as we talked about with our ANC. It's because of the composite posts and the non-conductive materials. We have a different system, but still can be used even in a retrofit scenario with our Chameleon. We can adapt the ANC infill panels to our Chameleon.
Thanks, Brian. And the next question is, what heights and widths do your panels come in?
Again, the heights can be as tall as really 12 feet. Widths, we typically, we have a few dimensional issues, mostly regarding freight. We can only put it on the back of a truck. So 8 feet wide is about all you can do, unless we turn it sideways. Then we can go again up to 12 feet. So we have a lot of different sizes, mixes and matches in all of our different infill panel solutions. Welded wire as well, it can go up to 10 feet tall on welded wire with one piece. But we also have many solutions where if you need to have a 20-foot or even a 30-foot solution, we might use multiple panels, but we can certainly solve your issue with the portfolio of products that we have.
Thank you, Brian. This is a question about location. A participant wants to know if you have a representative at Vermont.
Yes, we have outside representation. Michael Andrews covers that territory, and you can contact Trish at the numbers that were provided, and she can put you in touch with any representation across the entire country. Again, we cover all 50 states and actually have international representation should we need that. So absolutely, if you've got a fence need, we can get to you.
Okay, great. Thank you. I do notice that some of our participants have their hands up. I don't know if Michael or Lyndon, if they had any questions. Michael or Lyndon, you could, put it in the Q&A forum, and Brian or Tricia would be happy to address them.
Absolutely.
Or you could, add it to the chat box as well. I'm just going to give them a few seconds, and then we could. Tricia, in the meantime, I think that we need, you did mention an AIA presentation, related presentation. That's not this presentation though, right? It is a different one you were talking about, correct?
Yes, that is
Right.
correct.
Yeah.
The presentation I was speaking about there is an AIA HSW LU, which for architects, they require, or their states require them to take continuing education units, and the AIA has approved this presentation. So if they take this course with me, then they can earn 1 continuing education point towards their license. I also can provide, even if they're not AIA members, I can provide a certificate of attendance so they can turn it into their state themselves. A lot of engineers I know have submitted that for PDH requirements. So there are a lot of additional uses for that particular presentation.
Perfect. And if you could just give a call, if you could just announce your email ID, who the interested reader participants would probably want to reach out to you directly to set up this presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine is T Hunt. That's T as in Tom, HUNT, at amicosecurity.com. AMICOSECURITY.com.
Thank you. So if anyone is interested, you can reach out to Trisha directly and she would be able to help you with the presentation. Okay, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the time we had today for the presentation. So I'd like to thank Trisha and Brian for joining us today and explaining Amico Security's integrated solutions. A recording of the democast will be available 1 week from now. We will also send a link to the recording via email to all registrants. Thanks to everyone who attended. Before you go, please take a few minutes to give us your feedback by completing our survey. It should appear in your browser after you close Zoom. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.